This is the story of Marshae Hickman. January 5th, 2010, Forest Park, Georgia. 15-year-old Candace sneaks out the house to meet two friends from her school, 17 and 18-year-old Marshae Hickman and Jermaine Robinson. Now, when Candace is approaching this house that Marshae and Jermaine told her to come to, she's noticing that this house is an old classmate's house that has moved away. So the house is abandoned. But she decided to go in anyway. When she walked in, it was completely dark, so she didn't see Jermaine pick up a rake and strike her over the head with it. And as she went to the ground, she could see Marshae standing by the door so she wouldn't escape. But Candace is putting up a fight. They was trying to take her phone, but they couldn't manage to get it. They unzipped her pants, but Candace kept on kicking. She even pleaded to them to let her go, and please, she wouldn't tell anybody, but they wasn't paying her any attention. Then some lights poured into the driveway. When Marshae and Jermaine seen the lights, they let Candace go. And as she's fleeing out the door, they yell at her, "If you tell anybody, we're going to kill you." The lights in the driveway just so happened to be Candace's mother. Now, it's unclear if she contacted her mother before she went in the house, or her mother woke up and seen Candace was not there and went out looking for her. Either way, she was there to save the day. As Candace was running to her car, she told her mother two men just tried to rape her, but she would not tell her mother who the men were. Now, even though Candace wouldn't tell her mother who tried to sexually assault her, she did confide in a friend from school named Danny Jackson. Now, she told Danny not to tell anybody, but Danny went straight to Jermaine and said, "You best to stay away from her." Jermaine was terrified that people was going to find out what they did. So he ran straight to Marshae to let him know that, "Hey, man, Candace is out here telling people." And Marshae simply said, "Don't worry about her." On the morning of April 28th, just 3 months later, Candace's mother wakes up and notices that she's not there. She calls her phone repeatedly up until about midday without getting any answer. That's when she decided to call the police, but of course, they wasn't too much of a help. With Candace being 15 years old, they automatically associate that with being a runaway. And that's what they labeled her, a runaway instead of missing. Now, later that day, Candace's mother got a text from Candace's phone saying that she's in Tennessee. But Candace's mother, like, something's not right about this. She got another text from her daughter's phone the following night saying, "I'm okay." But that was the last message she had ever gotten. It wasn't until several months later, November of 2010, the police get a phone call saying that they found a body under a mattress in a wooded area. It wasn't until the next day where the remains were confirmed to be 15-year-old Candace Parchman. Her body was found in an area called The Cut, where the teenagers would cut through an apartment complex and go to a subdivision. But even though Candace's body was found, it was still no evidence or no leads of who could have done this. Her case went cold for over a year. It wasn't until October of 2011 when her mother was preparing to move out of her home and she stumbled upon Candace's diary. And when she opened it, what she seen broke the case wide open. The entry from January 5th of 2010 titled Marshae and Jermaine. She immediately turned the diary over to the police. When the police went to go question Marshae, who was already in jail, by the way, for burglary, he said that the sexual assault was all Jermaine's idea and that he just stood there at the door so she wouldn't get out. When questioned about her death, Marshae said he did see Candace the night before she disappeared. He was playing basketball in his apartment complex and she was walking through the cut to go home, and a Hispanic man was following her. Now, the police believed this because they had just arrested and convicted a man named Artemio Hernandez for killing a teen close to Candace's age, and she was even found 2 miles from where Candace was found. When the police went to go question Artemio, he was very honest. He said, "Yes, I killed the others, but I did not do this one." He said he'd never seen Candace before. This is when they brought Jermaine in for questioning in hopes that he would snitch on Marshae. But the police didn't even have to ask Jermaine any questions because as soon as he sat down, he said, "Man, Marshae killed that girl." And the police asked him, how did he know? And he said, because Marshae is crazy and that he was even scared of Marshae. Jermaine admitted his involvement in the attempted rape of Candace, but he said he did not kill her. He even said that he was willing to testify against Marshae. That was the breakthrough the police needed, but they wanted a confession. So they interrogated Marshae one last time. They told them that they found his DNA on Candace's body, and that's when Marshae broke. He admitted to killing Candace. He said he choked her, but he does not remember stabbing her, that he must have blacked out at that point. He said he seen Candace walking through the cut on her way home, and he attacked her from behind and choked her until her body went limp. And he woke up the next morning with scratches on his arm. And he did confess that Jermaine did not have anything to do with the murder. The autopsy report revealed that Candace was strangled and stabbed multiple times as well. Marshae pled guilty and was convicted on malice murder. On April 26, 2013, he was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. As far as Jermaine Robinson, he pled guilty for his role in the attempted sexual assault against Candace. He was sentenced to 10 years. I don't know if he completed the whole 10 years. I don't see anything about him being locked up today. I really couldn't find a lot on Jermaine, but yellow tape. What y'all think?